This video will demonstrate two ways to resize images brought into Roland Cut Studio with the intent to cut these images on a Roland cutter at a specific dimension. If you take a look at the screen, you'll notice we have just a blank canvas here, or think of it as a blank sheet of vinyl. And we can take our mouse and start at 0 and go all the way over to about 8 inches. Likewise, we can move it to the top and get 0 and bring it down to the bottom and get just a little over 10 inches. So this cursor shows where we're at on a roughly 8 by 10 inch piece of vinyl. I'm going to import my image. I'm going to go to import and open. So we can take a look and notice that this image comes in at this size that remains fixed over here of 5.5 by 5.6 inches. Well, the first thing we do to prepare a decal in Cut Studio is we can right click and go to Image Outline. I'll extract the contour lines and click OK. I now have an image or lines that can be cut, and I'll delete my original image. You can see that the size of this image is still 5.5 by 5.5 inches, roughly a 5.5 inch square. There are two ways we can resize this proportionately. One is to hold the Shift key and resize it from the corner. If we look to the bottom right, down here we can see the size of this image shrinking proportionately. A common mistake that's made when resizing things to be cut this way is forgetting to hold the Shift key and not locking on the proportionality adjustment and ending up with a squashed image. I'm going to hit undo, undo, and bring us back to the original size, which was 5.5 by 5.5. So one way to resize this image is to hold the Shift key and resize it from the corner proportionately. Another way, perhaps better way to resize this image is to go into Properties. When we go into Properties, we can resize this image here proportionately by checking this box that says Keep Aspect. This will maintain proportionality or keep the aspect ratio. So when the size of the width of the decal goes down, height will go down with the same aspect ratio or in the same proportions. Let's assume we want this decal to be 3 inches by 3 inches. We can simply go in the width and type 3, click in the height box, and notice that will adjust accordingly. Click OK. We can adjust the size in the properties. So here's a 3 inch by 3 inch decal. I'm going to go to Control C and then Control V, and I'll paste another 3 inch by 3 inch decal, and I'll make a couple 1 inch by 1 inch decals. We could go to the Shift key and resize from the corner, or we could go to Properties. Notice the Keep Aspect Ratio or Keep Aspect box is checked. I'll just type in 1 in the width and click the height box and then click OK. And now we have the same decal adjusted with the aspect ratio proportionate, and I'll copy a couple of those. Two ways to change the size of something to be cut proportionately. One is to free transform from a corner with the Shift key held in. The other is to go into Properties and change the size of height or width with the aspect ratio box checked. Hope this helps. Enjoy.